Let's move into this realm here. We, as I've discussed a couple other times, I'm going to work on this crown molding in this bathroom after I put the ceiling up. I think the thing to do on that little turn there is to make the little piece first and then work the other one in. The outer edge of a crown is relatively just straightforward, but you got to kind of get it right. This is not painted. This is stained with amber shellac, so it's not, there's not any room for caulk. There's a little room for wood filler, but don't count on it. So let's make that little piece first. Let me bring the tractor up here. Luckily, I'm all set up. I'm set to pop, as they say. So we're honey. We'll bring it on around town here. So we got all this to do, and we'll be fixing that up. So, and like I said, I got to get that purple mark off right there. See it? That's where I was marking there. So let's bring the tractor up and get started on this. I think something big's a coming. Maybe they're going to pull some. It's kind of early to pull the. Maybe they're spraying something. I see the cloud. You see the cloud coming? They're going to harvest this, it looks like. Let me go out here and say, wave at them. Let me stand back over here. I don't want them to stop for me. Don't think they would, but I'm going to work on this a little bit today. Well, you coming or not? I saw the extension. Now let me just go sit on the porch here. Hey, I forgot I got some chairs out here. I can relax. Hear them back there? And that way they won't see me so well. Yep, got to get that going there. They're going back down that way. All right, we'll get them in a minute. Okay, this is what I used to back cut, do with the coping cut, well, as some people would call it. And yeah, I know it's getting to be a mess here. So of course, as we know, it's 45 degrees, upside down and backwards. I like nipping at it because this piece here is just barely going to make it, I think. If not, I'll use it somewhere else. So 45, lock her down. This tool makes this so much nicer. And I just make a bunch of relief cuts. And you can tell where I've kind of started there. And I'll probably get my pocket utility knife and sort of work on that some. We'll find out in a minute if this works. If it don't work on this corner, it'll work somewhere else. So we'll see. Stand outside and do this. I'm in the shade standing outside so the smoke won't get to you too bad. See what it looks like in a minute. Okay, that's not terrible. And pretty good really for in here. This ceiling tile makes it a little tough. So I might just do a little bit of trimming on the bottom right there where you see that little lip. I do that with a knife in my pocket. So we're over here now. And I got to get that one right over there. I'll have to kind of play around out there with a couple of scrap pieces. See what I can do about doing that. Try to get this in one piece. I spent about an hour on that piece right there. But we're getting ready to put it up. And luckily I got an outer edge. So makes things a little easier. Okay, so there's the first angle piece. Let's see if we can get that one over here. And I thought I did better than that. Let's see if I did. Just always put your gun on the floor. Don't let your gun float anywhere. Yeah, because of this round edge, it kind of messes you up somehow. Okay, so let's go start on that and see if we can do that little wraparound right there. And then that's going to be probably it for today. It's almost 6, and I don't want to do this anymore. That's pretty good right there. Just a little tiny bit of wood putty in that, and I think that'll be fine. I think I got some up here too. Do I have some wood putty up here? I just don't want to trip on these wires, or cables, or air hoses, or anything you got in here. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, premium wood filler. Well, that's all you end up with is that little piece there. And I got my utility knife and carved on it. And you're only going to see just a little strip of this. So it's important that you get it right on the edge here. It's going to be tight because, of course, whoever did the drywall work here didn't much care about this corner. It's pretty obvious. It's anything but flat or anything. So, but you know, that's the way it goes. Let's get it in there. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on that because that's pretty good. I'm proud of that. So you can see there's a gap at the bottom, but there's that wall's just not square. It's just nothing square up there. And so look back there, and that's okay too. Dang, I don't think I'm going to put any wood filler in that. I think that just looks fine. You know, sometimes you can get too close to stuff. So I think that's just dandy. Alright, well let's go listen to a little bit of news and try to cool off. 98 1/4, that's right. Okay, messy. Let's get this purple line off here that I marked up. So most of you may not know it, but Sharpie and stuff comes off with alcohol, just denatured or whatever you got there in your, and see it just comes right off. See, it just wasn't even in frame, but that's okay. You can see it's clean. Okay, well, let's get back to this, I suppose. Okay, let's go back up here. I think I want to be in both hands because I'm having to sort of use my ladder in a very precariously dangerous way. Bathrooms are like this. Yeah, they are. A little bit on the dangerous side. So let's see what I got. Oh, I didn't back cut that at all, have I? So that was from yesterday. So let's see what I got to do. 33 something degrees here, not 45. So you got to keep that in mind. So that's looking fine. Okay. Okay, I can't tell you to do this at all, but this works pretty good. Just the grinder and this, and because you got to hit it kind of high, and that's real dangerous. You should be down here, not up here. But I'll show you anyway. You can tell it's a lot more effective than what I did earlier. It's effective enough, and you can really feather that. See that nice edge there? So I'll show you. I was kind of reflecting on this, if I was going to do this or not, show you guys or not, but I guess I will. Okay, here we go. All you got to do so 2 hands are definitely a must here, but you can tell it does pretty good. Just have a well ventilated area. I happen to have that, so we'll see how this does. The grinder method's not that much more safe either. Best thing is just use a coping saw if you got that going for you. I don't got that going for me. I got one somewhere, but this is a lot quicker and dangerous. don't do this. Okay, so I got that piece in. That looks pretty doggone good. I'm okay with that. Once again, I had to pull my utility knife out and do a little trimming. But for raw wood, that's pretty good. So I got that 45 cut right there. It's a little less than 10 inches. Let's just finish that to the wall, and then we'll start over here. I may already have something cut to get us started here. So I got no chance. Even if I got a 10-foot piece, this is 12 feet. I guess you can get a 12-foot piece. You want to wrangle that around? Good for you. I'm going to be doing the 45-degree cuts. Okay, let's start with 10 inches, short the bottom. Okay, well, we'll code word there, Gail. Okay, I'm all the way to that wall. See that seam right there? That's okay with me. That's pretty doggone good. I'm going to zoom in as tight as I can on that. See, just a little sandpaper. And get a little, I'm going to have to put a little bit of putty in them holes. Maybe I will. Okay, so let's put some sand. Excuse me. And then, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I kind of like the look of that joint, actually. 30 minutes on this joint. Let's see how it ends up looking up. There it is right there. See all the little shavings everywhere. That's good. Okay, well that's that one there. Alright. Plenty good enough for me. Alright. So let's go here and go down this wall and we'll connect the dots. La la la. So back in the shower with the ladder. Okay, let's see how it pans out there. Okay, so there's that back there. And it's always good to do this make be your back cut because the shadows fall nicer. That's why I put that piece in solid back in the back. Work your way out. Okay, so we are to here now. So I got 2 more pieces. I don't know, what do you got, about 4 hours in this? That's the way it goes. Well, all we got left now I cut that one at 37.5 degrees. That's one of the ratcheted locations on your saw. That one's a 45. So I think I like the 37.5 or whatever that is a little better. So, okay, because compare it to that. Although I really like that, that angle just seems to be a little less obtuse. So that's because it is. So all I got to do is this piece right here, and we'll be fine. Now, I'm going to tell you, I got a little bit of wood putty in some of these corners. And I'll, like that one right there, I just put a little bit in there kind of to test fire it. And we're going to see what shellac does with that. And that might just make it look like tighten up there, a little Archie Bell. So let's go cut a 28-inch piece and finish this out. 28, right. Many times have I done this, you'd think I'd know. It's 31.6. Okay, so that's the one that has the, that seems to work for how, this is kind of your standard crown. So it's like 2 3/4. And so yeah, 31.6, 98.6. But that's not what it is, it's 31.6. Okay, the last piece. So there's a 45er, and that goes up against there. So there you go. All right, let's nail it up. Alrighty, so that's the last piece. I got a little bit of stuff in there, but I'm going to try the shellac mess. So that's it. So let's just do a walk around it. Let's get the ladder put away, or put over it anyway. And we will here. Not caught on the air hose, that's good. And then we can kind of back out of here. Is my water distilled yet? See, I distill my own water. Automotive purposes mostly, if not entirely. Okay. All right, let's just go in here and just act like it. Okay. So there you go. That's it. But let's just take a little time. I'm gonna go outside and do a few things, and then I'll come back in here and I'll kind of brush around with the. It's alive. I'll brush around with this shellac and sort of try to hide those little white shadows there. But over there's pretty good. I'm not gonna worry about that because when you're out here, you can't even see that. See, if you look at that back corner, there's no shadows until you get to right about here. And that's the reason you start from back to front. Okay, well, it's time. So there'll be no caulk between the crown and the wall. This is just going to be the way that is. So it is 3:32. I guess I got about 4 more hours in it today. But that's it, though. I'm proud. Okay. Okay, let's close this out. This is Zizziger amber shellac. Okay, I've already cracked the lid. And I got the ladder set up over there. We're all set. And you can see that little bit of white tinge up there. So let's just get a little bit. Okay, this is final shot. Okay, so I did pretty good on the fitting of the stuff. So there is that. It just disappears. And you just flare it out. Just get that. Oh, well, just get that. I've been working on Lexus motor mounts, hadn't I? So that wood putty stuff, there you go. And just flare that out and you're done. Okay, done. I think somebody stole that from me. Might have been G. Ramsey. Oh, okay, there you go. And you will not see that from here. It looks beautiful. That white has gone away. All right, that's it. Give us a thumbs up. We'll talk later. Take care of yourself. See you next time.